What's up, fellow car enthusiasts? Coming at you with the follow-up from a previous video I released highlighting the new Honda Prelude, in which I wasn't too friendly, kind of ripped it a little bit just based upon the fact it seemed like it was a reimagined or hardly restyled version of the 10th gen Civic, which I own. And looking at this particular article by TopSpeed, we can see that they are trying to quote unquote build hype by releasing an old commercial featuring Senna. The Honda Prelude was last available in the United States for the 2001 model year, but the company has announced a revival of the nameplate for 2026. The new model is a hybrid-powered performance coupe with smooth styling. Full specs aren't available yet, but Honda reportedly plans to market the model around its performance capabilities. At the same time, Senna is a person with inextricable ties to Honda's performance past. Senna drove Formula One cars using the Japanese automaker's engines from 1987 through 1992 and scored 3 World Drivers' Championships in the sport during that time. Senna also assisted Honda with road car development, including an iconic video of him wearing loafers and driving an Acura NSX around Suzuka. I wanted to draw attention to this article and more specifically the video because of a couple things. This is going to be a hybrid-powered performance coupe, and we all know that means it's not going to have a manual transmission. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the video and take a look at some of the things we notice right away. Dual overhead cam vtec. Do you think there's going to be dual overhead cam vtec in the new Prelude? I don't know. I can't say definitively since they, as previously stated, have not yet released the specs. Let's keep watching.
To see clearly, take a direct path to safety and excitement.
A manual gearbox. A manual gearbox. Highlighting the manual gearbox.
Honda Prelude. Just move it.
So look, it took 31 seconds to realize that 2 of the main things that draw Honda lovers to Honda cars are vtec and manual gearboxes. No, they're not known for outrageous performance, but they are known for providing a wonderful driving experience through those 2 key factors. Most people who are going to be in the market for driving this vehicle or watch a commercial like this that stirs up emotions are remembering the days of the H22 and a crisp 5-speed manual gearbox. And we can almost certainly guarantee the new Prelude is not going to provide anything along those lines. I'll read a little bit more out of the article here. Honda capitalizes on the upcoming Prelude revival by re-releasing a pair of classic commercials where Senna promotes the coupe's 4th generation. The first clip puts the F1 driver behind the coupe's wheel on a mountain road. The video above is from 1992, roughly 2 years before the racer's fatal crash in Italy in 1994. Rest in peace. Guitars and violins wail as Senna drives. To see clearly and take a direct path to safety and excitement, these are my ultimate dreams, he says in voiceover. Honda Prelude, just move it. The gorgeous road, romantic music, and Senna's voice combine into an evocative ad for the classic Prelude. The spot communicates that this is a sporty touring car for smoothly conquering curvy roads rather than being a hardcore canyon carver. Okay, that's fair enough, and I could see potentially how the new Prelude might execute on that point, that particular statement. Again, though, they're bringing back something from the past, presenting it now as a way to get people thinking about or reminiscing the days of old and the true driving experience. Admittedly, I'm a purist when it comes to a manual transmission over an automatic. Although recently I did have kind of a dream / nightmare that I got one of the Hyundai Ioniq 5Ns, and I was rationalizing it to myself in the dream that the RC cars that I drive are electric, and I prefer electric in an RC car over nitro. That was really weird. Very strange. Although I was in Vegas at the time for work, so I don't know. It's a weird city. Maybe it had something to do with it. The other ad focuses entirely on Senna. It's 30 seconds of him speaking over a video showing the Prelude. This one is less exciting than the other commercial, but puts the spotlight directly on the F1 driver. I'm going to link the article below. Feel free to hop over here and dig in a little deeper. I'll just cover one last article here highlighting the performance. As I mentioned, the H22, the H23, iconic engines. I had a CRX back in the day. I remember hearing about the H22 compared to a B16 or a B18 and being like, wow, that would be incredible. Although they weigh way more than the B series brethren, and created quite a problem in terms of weight distribution. So that never came to fruition. And I mean, there are people that did H22 swaps and CRXs, but I was not one of them. I had kind of a weird D15 from Japan, and this is going down a little bit of a rabbit hole. I apologize. It was a D15 that was carbureted, and I had a CRX DX, which was the dual carbureted piece of trash, I would say. Anyway, I converted that over to multi-point fuel injection. It was a fantastic little motor, probably like 110 horsepower. I got over 50 miles per gallon. It was a ton of fun to drive in a car that weighed like 2,000 pounds, maybe even less. Anyway, for context, the 4th gen Prelude launched in the United States for the 1992 model year. It arrived with two powertrain choices. The base 2.2 liter 4-cylinder engine produced 135 horsepower and 142 pound-feet of torque, and a 5-speed manual drove the front wheels. One of my best friends had, it may have been a 92. That thing, it was great. I mean, it wasn't like the most powerful vehicle, obviously, but it was so beautiful, and seeing that with some nice rims, it was just a great time. Really takes me back to being in high school. The SI grade received a 2.3 liter 4-cylinder, making 160 horsepower and 156 pound-feet of torque with the 5-speed manual. And those, namely or notably, the torque numbers on the H series were what definitely set them apart from the B series and why they were so attractive. Because even that slight difference, I want to say the B series had maybe 20 or 30 pound-feet less than the H series in most cases. That's a pretty big difference when you don't have a lot of weight. And then later they added the dual overhead cam vtec that brought it up to 190 horsepower and 158 pound-feet of torque. I hope this has been somewhat helpful, informative, brings back some memories. I will always be a Honda fan unless they do something ridiculous, but many may argue they have done ridiculous things. However, with that said, I like to see them doing things that evoke driving joy. I released a video, I guess it was kind of long ago, relatively speaking, about them trying to do an electrified Civic Type R. In my opinion, if they're going to try and go down this hardcore performance path, which probably will never be the case, they're more focused on balance and the overall driving experience itself. You got to go all-wheel drive. I'm kind of tired of seeing Honda, from my perspective, lag behind when it comes to the driving experience by only offering stuff with front-wheel drive. Give them all-wheel drive. It's a modern era. There's really no reason for them to not go all-wheel drive. Yes, front-wheel drive cars do have their own unique experience, but all-wheel drive is the way to go. Drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I would love to hear them and respond. And until next time, take care and be well. Peace.